Opportunity to go out and just speak with someone, get some thoughts, have some ideas, possibly be able to interact or bring something back to the campus, possibly anybody.
Yes, I did a poll with my students, and I found out I have a few business, what a major in business, because I teach college in this class. So I talked with the business partners from Dutch Bank in downtown, and they were able to come to my homeroom, and we had like a lunch meeting with my students, and they were able to talk to them about my students talked to them about their future plans, and then talk to them about how they got into where they are right now. And so it's like a collaborative thing. It was really good.
So the kids enjoyed it?
Yes.
All right, perfect. That sounds really great. I'm sorry I missed that. I wish I would have known. Did anyone else get to possibly go out and speak with anybody in the community?
Yes.
Coach, what you get to do?
Oh yeah, well, MD Anderson has an anti-smoking program for students, and we've been using that for, I guess we started in the fall, but culmination was today where the lady delivered the gift cards, where the students go through these modules and so on and so forth, and you get a gift card for $25 for completing the program. We had nearly 100 students that got theirs today, so
that's great.
trying to work that, and
Sweet pictures?
yes. And you know, Miss Woodcock too, she's a dance teacher. She had an opportunity actually over in Shepherd, near the Heights. There's a lady's, her career's over, her dancing career anyway, or at least her ballet dancing career. And she's got a lot of uniforms and supplies from years and years of having done performances. So I'm going over there tomorrow. They already got a bunch of military uniforms and all kinds from productions, and garrison flags and a lot of stuff like that we can use for special events here. So.
Now they're going to allow us to get some of the dance outfits, possibly?
She's done. Yeah.
She's already done.
Yeah, so going over there for some, you know, like when we have like little races and runs and things like that, and position those people in uniform at those locations, or if you have guests or visitors coming to the building, almost like a little group, or almost like you have like a drill team with military drill.
I like that. That's perfect. And I did that over 100 students possibly got that certificate, $25 each.
And a couple teachers too.
Ms. Barker?
So, around spring break, I got a message from the folks that I worked for in the summer, Colonial Williamsburg. They happened to have an interpreter in town who had some spare time. That sounds minor, except it is so expensive to get an interpreter from Colonial Williamsburg to come to do. And they said, look, we got spare time. Can your kids, like, I'm like, yes. So my juniors all got to experience Thomas Jefferson.
Oh, wow.
And our school got a lot of kudos from Colonial Williamsburg. They said, first of all, Bill Barker, who is the guy that interpreted Jefferson, and somebody that I know said, you know, Christy, these are the best students I've performed for. And he told the kids that he always says that. He told me, I said, no, we don't. He said they were asking questions that were on point. They understood the history. They weren't on their cell phones. They weren't talking constantly. They paid attention. And one of the directors was here with them, and they were very impressed with the kids. But the exposure to that, the kids were, when he walked in the room, the kids all went, oh wow, because he looked and acted like Thomas Jefferson.
Well, I actually did get to see that.
Yeah.
So I thought that was amazing. I'm like, who's this guy? And I actually added that to the school's yearbook.
Yeah, and I've got pictures. Yes, exactly. So they don't get a certificate, but that exposure is incredible. They've actually asked me to do a little report about this school and what I do and that sort of thing. And I'm really hot. I got another email today. It wasn't about our school. It was about, hey, we know you're there. Do you know 2 teachers who would like to come to our professional development on scholarship? Let me just give you 6 names. But because I have that connection, I'm hoping that next year, you know, when FDR is in town, hey, would your kids like to see FDR? Because he's another good friend of mine. Yes. So,
that's great. And we have a lot of the things going on. Ms. Vine, what you have?
Monday is Europe Day, and so we have a Greek council coming in Monday to talk to one of my classes. He only has an hour to spend. But he's going to be talking about the current events going on in Europe and Greece. So
That should be interesting. What's going on?
That's a corporate, a little bit corporate, and I'll be available. Okay, that's the last thing it's about this long. Okay, we're not going to go on this. So, but he was trying to have to come out and, he really talked to you about it, and the world.
Greece itself.
Okay, anybody else talk? Me? Possibly? Yeah, Ms. Allen, you always have something going on, so share
Well,
one of
I'll
them.
just share the one. I think it's been since we met, I'm not sure, but we formed a partnership with the Port of Houston so that some of our kids could have summer jobs and work, for $15 an hour full-time during the summer. So that's been really nice. I also have formed quite a few partnerships with elementary schools this year, where the kids are doing their future teacher mentoring, and they've done a really good job. And so they've been invited back, more kids next year, so.
You have 10, right?
I have, my future teachers are 11th and 12th graders that can go out and, volunteer. They have to be, a little bit older.
Okay.
But they can be in the club, but they have to volunteer, they have to be a little bit older.
That's great. Thank you. So do the activities that we got to do thus far, do you think that they are really beneficial for our students? Then some of the ways that they are benefiting our students, like,
Yes.
why?
I think they're beneficial.
And then could you just elaborate just a little bit, some of the ways that you can benefit our
Those
students?
kids want that money, those gift cards really bad.
They do want the gift cards, but that's an immediate,
Well, they benefit academically because I do allow them to use that modules and so forth for a quiz in the HEC health class.
okay,
it's a
so they
trade-off
benefit
there.
in more than one way other than the financial
Right.
$25
Right.
It's a long
A
term.
lifelong, life skills.
So do you think that all of the opportunities that we've had thus far have been lifelong experiences?
It opens doors and allows them to see something that usually don't have the opportunity.
I was about to say, in my case, it's a great way for networking. Because for my students who are like they're pre-business people, want to major in business, at least they have somebody in mind that they can look up to and see where they've gone through, and so they can evaluate themselves basically, or what I need to do to be like that.
It gives them an opportunity to have the option to say, okay, well, yes, if I don't like this, now I have the time to change my mind versus waiting until I get in college, sign all the paperwork, pick a major, go to school for a year, and then change my mind. So it helps by us exposing our students now at an early stage and them being able to get this information now. It helps prepare them later. It also helps to alleviate some minor problems that they could possibly have later on down the line. So I appreciate everyone that had the opportunity to go out and speak with community members. I really appreciate that. Thank you for going out and speaking with people. Please continue to work with those in the community because we want them to support our students as well as we want them to support our school and our campus. There are so many benefits for our students, but they won't have these opportunities if we don't support our students and get out there and make the connections. And as Ms. Wolf said last meeting, it's just as simple as having a conversation, communicating with people, just saying hi, this is what we do, this is what we're about, and allowing them the opportunity to gain the awareness that we're here and we're there to support our kids and we want their help in doing so. Thank you so much.
Here, here.
I then explained the rules of the game that we would be playing and moved on to the PowerPoint and began asking teachers to share out some of the advantages of early college preparation. We discussed what we were doing now as teachers to prepare our students and why it was such an urgency for us to make sure that we are preparing our students properly. Additionally, we discussed the advantages of having partnerships. Then teachers shared out how we could work with others in the community to support our students' learning. I also pointed out how beneficial it was for our students having this advantage. Allowing our students to have hands-on experience in learning has increased their interest level and they become self-motivated learners, which leads to more productive work within the classrooms. We then discussed the lack of resources our students have outside of school hours and how working with the others in the community would be of benefits to our students for access to available resources during these hours, and how this could be of support to our campus. Additionally, how community members could be supportive to our students' needs in early college career and exploration in offering volunteer job shadowing and or internship positions to our students to gain that hands-on knowledge and experience. I began recapping what was stated before moving on to the next topic, shortly before my timer sounded. Then I provided information regarding virtual job shadow and college greenlight, with a brief description of each explaining how they could be used, where it was located, and the purposes in which they served. This information could be used by teachers to share with their students in the classroom. I suggested also using report cards and biweekly data captures to track students' progress. I then asked teachers to share out some of the impacts these strategies could have on students, and we discussed ways of making others aware of the things that we are doing on our campus, such as sharing out ways of communicating with others outside of campus and the methods of which we could use in informing them. Our goals are to prepare our students for a global city through early exploration and planning, as well through college and career exploration, producing in the end a global graduate. After I completed the review of the PowerPoint, we did a quick little activity where teachers were then asked to write down 5 places that could possibly be of support to our campus. Teachers were provided about 30 seconds to complete this, and I used the Jeopardy timer for the use of sound effects and for visual aid. Once teachers completed, we exchanged papers with each other and shared out our answers in collaboration. The purpose being to point out just how simple communication with others can be and how beneficial it can be to our campus and our students. Teachers were then asked to participate in a survey on SurveyMonkey. 6 questions were asked. Was the agenda followed? Were the objectives met? Was there effective use of time management? Was the communication effective? On a scale of 1, not at all relevant, to 5, extremely relevant, to please rate the level of relevance to the topic discussed, and to please provide feedback on the presentation. For instance, what went well and what suggestions could you offer? According to the survey participants, the agenda was followed and the objectives of the meeting were met. The first group of teachers were the ones presented to on the original day of the meeting. The video that was watched was a meeting presented to teachers that were out on the day of the meeting because of collaboratives that they had on other campuses. During the meeting, I had an exercise where teachers were asked to list 5 places that they could speak with that could possibly be of support to our campus. The surprising information that was revealed during this experience was teachers stated that it was not a difficult thing to do, that they just did not think of doing so, and stated that it was just as simple as communicating and talking with others. Teachers seemed more than willing to assist in reaching out to community members and stakeholders. The last part of this video shows teachers collaborating and sharing out information gained while visiting and working with community members and stakeholders. We had great results and we will continue. As an aspiring administrator, this exercise has assisted in transforming my thoughts, allowing me to reflect more and to be more aware of the needs of others in developing strategies for delivering messages to teachers and in gaining their participation and support. Thank you for reviewing my leading video, and I hope you have enjoyed watching. This has been Yumika White. Thanks again for watching.